with what you were sharing, I'm hearing several really big themes and pieces here. Let me just check in with you if, for some clear understanding and maybe to delve deeper into some of the issues you brought up. For example, when we were talking about networking, you've mentioned that back home, it's very restricted. It's very, you can only go about certain ways. And beyond that, there's really not much flexibility. Whereas upon coming to Calgary, Canada in this case, you're having to be proactive, to help you set up for what you would like to exercise in your profession.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so with that, would you say you have perhaps a bit more freedom by coming here in terms of networking in itself?
It is freedom, but sometimes you go in circles and circles and feel that it's endless. But it is important, and it's a sort of freedom, mainly because here the society or the community is very multicultural, and there's a diverse of people coming from everywhere. So how can an employer know who you are?
Yes.
So how can you open up with the employer and introduce yourself? If you just send a resume, it will be very shallow. They will just throw it in the garbage because they just have a name.
Right.
Your name might reflect some of your culture, but that's not enough at all. Or maybe it will do the opposite. It will create some pre-assumption about your culture or some racism point of view. So the name is not indicative, and you will not change your name just because you want to get the job. Some people do this, but it's useless as well. So the only way is to go and meet people and talk.
Yes.
Talking will introduce you as a human being, regardless of your culture, of your background. It will tell who you are and what you did and what you are bringing to the table, what you are bringing to the job, and most probably you get the job.
So it sounds like, whereas Alberta also as a province, a more conservative province in some of the ideas, but because of the general Canadian culture, the fact that they allow you, give you opportunities for such kind of networking opens up to you being able to introduce to future potential employers.
Yes, there are job fairs here, career fairs. You go and meet everyone. The employers see you face to face. They might remember your name when you apply online, because some career fairs do not take your resume on the spot. You have to apply online still, but you introduced yourself. They might remember your name. This is the Samah we met there. She's Muslim, maybe she's wearing a hijab, but she has a good deal of experience, and she's a normal or a human being who's looking for a good opportunity. So click, we will have an interview with her. Otherwise, if I'm just a name on a piece of paper, I don't know her. We have also the programs funded by the government. Those programs are free, and they are for newcomers to learn how to integrate in the community, and how to find a job opportunity, how to write a resume, how to have a successful interview. For instance, back home, my resume should be 3 to 4 pages. The more pages you have, the more you have experience and you are talented or a good fit for the job. But here, when I came, I found out that your resume shouldn't exceed 2 pages. So this is something I learned in one of those programs I had in the first 8 months, because I didn't find a job, so I didn't stay at home and just kept applying online. I went to the community and I checked what are the programs available for free, and I joined maybe 2 or 3 of those programs. And actually the government has a lot of funds dedicated for this. I'm working in one of those agencies. They are called New Immigrants Serving Agencies. And yes, it's very useful for newcomers and students to come and have those programs for free.
Sama works in a nonprofit organization in Calgary, closely with immigrants as a coordinator for the interpreting program.
Yes,
right?
yes, and this program is a part of the settlement department. So we have a settlement program funded by the government of the federal government of Canada. And part of the program is the translation and interpretation services. So yes, I am the coordinator of the interpretation program. When we receive calls from hospitals or from individuals or law firms, they need interpretation for newcomers because when you are a newcomer, you have a certain level of English, but what if you got stuck in some legal issue, or you can't speak the very specific, special terminology, and you need someone to help you, especially at the beginning. Also for medical interviews or medical appointment with a specialist, they need an interpreter to help them facilitate the communication between the doctor and the patient. So yes, we do this. We do also the translation because newcomers come with a load of documents to translate. Later on, when they stay here, they apply for citizenship. So citizenship needs also some translation of your passport stamps.